Good evening, all the viewers. I welcome you all on the second series organized by Prerna, Delhi Public School, Bhopal. Today, we have with us Vani Divedi Pandya and Anuradha Nagar, both alumni of Prerna. Hi, Vani. Hi, Anuradha.
Hello,
Hello, ma'am.
ma'am.
It's been a long time. How have you been?
All good till now.
All good, ma'am. How are you?
Absolutely fine. Great to see you both. We
Missing
have,
you, ma'am.
yeah, we too. Just the things get normal, we can meet again.
Yes.
Definitely.
Physically. That is
Yes,
what
ma'am.
we have been friends in the social media since long, but meeting on virtual platform of Facebook Live is really interesting.
Yes,
Virtual
ma'am,
meeting,
it is.
yes. So virtual meeting has made it possible to meet people across the world with whom we can talk, discuss, learn new things, sharing information and experience. Let me introduce our alumni. Vani, former IIM Ahmedabad associate and is currently on sabbatical, busy looking after her 6-month-old babe son, Jaimeet. Anuradha is preparing for her final exams to complete her postgraduate diploma in media and is planning to pursue her career in journalism. Before we start our conversation, Vani and Anuradha, let me share some interesting aspects of Prerna with our viewers. Prerna is a well-known center for special education. It is committed to maximize the potential of each and every student with special need by developing of each and every student and special need by developing with cognitive, affective and self-regulation skills. It focuses on integrated and project-based education to cater specific needs of its student. The students get specific customized instruction till grade 10. A specific learning disability is neurological disorder which results from differences in the way a person's brain is wired. Children with specific learning disabilities are as smart or smarter than their peer group. However, they may have trouble in reading, writing, spelling, reasoning, recalling, or organizing their thoughts and information. Nevertheless, with the correct encouragement, encouragement, support, and intervention, children with specific learning disability succeed in school and can have flourishing career later in life. Now, I would like to interact with my alumni. Yavani, think I think you have joined Prerna in grade 7, right?
Yes, ma'am. I joined Prerna in class 7, and before that, I was in DPS mainstream. I joined DPS mainstream in class 3, and since then, I have been a part of DPS, and my parents came to know about Prerna when I started having little bit of learning disability that my mainstream teachers pointed, and that's how my parents consulted the teachers there, and they had this conversation with them. They were counseled as to why I'm having such problem, and they said that there are special children with gifted abilities, and your child is one of them. If you guide them with right education and training, they'll be flourishing, and there will be no problem later on in their lives. So that's how my mother came. I mean, my mother was the initial person who was counseled first. Then my father joined in, and he provided me with all the best resources that could cater my education. And then later my elder parents also supported me, and that's how everything went smooth. And I was in Prerna in class 7.
Okay. And one, Anuradha, as far as I know, you joined Prerna in grade 4. And please
Yes.
let me know even who prompted your parents to get admitted in Prerna.
Ma'am, in the year 2005, if I'm not mistaken, I just shifted to Ahmedabad from Bangalore, and I got my admission in DPS mainstream then. So after a few months passed, my then class teacher, she figured out that there's some difficulty with learning that I'm having, and I'm somehow not able to cope up with whatever is being taught in class. So then she called my parents, and then she suggested that you can get her admission done in Prerna, and then they did a few IQ tests. Then we went through a process of counseling, me and my parents, and then I got my admission there. So I was in Prerna from class 4 to class 10.
Okay. Great to have such an understanding parents who are, supporting and always there with you all. It is well-known fact that many great personalities, such as scientists, film actors, painters, sports person, had a learning disability. Albert Einstein, Thomas Alva Edison, Tom Cruise, Sir Winston Churchill are few of them. Earlier, society used to look down upon the students with special need, but the time is changing. Now, there is little awareness about learning disability, right?
True,
So,
ma'am.
Anuradha, yes.
Okay.
So,
True,
Anuradha, uh yes. So, Anuradha, how was your relatives and friends' attitude towards you, in particular, what they learn about you being dyslexic during school time?
So, ma'am, initially, to be very honest, my family was prepared for something like this to happen because just 5 days after my birth,
Hmm.
I had a medical condition wherein I had to take a certain medicines till the age of 5 years. So, during that time, the doctors had made it clear that somewhere or the other, she will have some problem in learning in future, and that happened as I came to class 4. But my parents were extremely supportive. My teachers were also extremely supportive. Like my mom used to sit with me and explain कि मतलब क्या है, कैसा है, क्यों हो रहा है, how are you going to take it forward, and how will things work out for me. So they're extremely supportive. It is only because of my mother that I was able to get through it, and whatever I'm doing right now is totally because of her and Prerna.
Yes, Vani, you want to add something in this?
Yeah, of course. I would say that we should have supporting parents because that is the most important factor. In fact, I would tell the same thing that even my parents were considerate enough to understand that I'm having some learning disability, and my parents, took a step forward and put me through the entire process, and that helped me gain a lot of things. And today it is where I am today. So I think parents should support their children.
Right. Okay, let's go further. So, Vani, what do you think about Prerna being an academic associate with IIM Ahmedabad, a renowned institute in Ahmedabad, not in Ahmedabad, in India? And how was your journey with Prerna?
Well, to share my experience, I'll be very concise saying that whatever I am today is because of Prerna, the person I am today. IIM is not a small place to go and work there. If I have been a part of IIM Ahmedabad, a very renowned institution, could only be possible because I had that strength in me that was imbibed by Prerna in me long back. Because when I entered Prerna, I was very demeaned and I had lost all the confidence in myself, which is very important for any individual to survive in this world. So Prerna actually helped me gain that thing. I had learning disabilities, and that's how and Prerna actually helped me get over that also. So I think Prerna plays a very very important role in my life, and that's how I am where I am today.
Great. So it's always good to see students shine, work in such a renowned and known place and institute. Anuradha, how do you find Prerna, especially with the perspective of a student with psychology background?
So, ma'am, actually, the initially when I got my admission in Prerna, I'll say that I was extremely nervous because it was entirely different setting with new people, new teachers. Then I always used to think, मतलब कैसे होगा? Will I ever be able to cope up, and how will I manage things? But then the fact that Prerna uses more of activity-based learning is what has helped me in particular, because I still remember we used to have workbooks, and whatever we were taught in class, we were always given a practical perspective of it. It was not just theory कि भाई हाँ आपने पढ़ लिया हो गया एग्जाम में लिख दिया done. It wasn't like that. It was much more. And as Vani said that even it is the same thing with me. Prerna has actually played a very important role in my life, because the amount of self confidence and hard work and whatever I'm doing, because school is always the foundation of foundation years of your education and the most important years. So if Prerna had not been there, I don't think I would have been doing whatever I am today.
Okay. So yeah, I do remember that you have played a role play of Merchant of Venice,
Yes,
where you
yes,
have, yeah, in the school, where you even, presented in the assembly. And I
yes,
still have the photographs of, that role play with me, where you, Jitendra, Ninad, all your
yes,
classmates are there. Definitely, yeah.
yes,
So that was the base of, how to get the self-confidence with the student by
yes,
playing an activity related to not only in English, it's related to the all the subjects where the teacher take their initiative
yes.
and support according to their level, according to their understanding, their learning style. Fine. Yeah. So it seems like yesterday when both of you have passed out from Prerna with flying colors and you both are successful in your own field. But life is not always a bed of roses, is it? You both
No.
have must have faces many challenges. So yeah, I really like to know the kind of challenges. Anuradha, what is your view? Learning disability and challenges you faced during your school days
So,
and even after that.
ma'am, initially, yeah, so initially, what happened was when everything happened, when I got my admission in Prerna, for a while, I was confused and lost, I'd say, because I didn't know what was happening. And then, like I said, like when we've had counselors in Prerna who used to sit, like every week we used to have sessions with them. They even used to have sessions with my parents. So that, and particularly I had problem with comprehending for an answer, like writing properly for an answer. For example, if something is being taught, so giving it a proper writing it in a proper way with a proper opening, then a body, and then conclusion. So that is where I struggled, to be precise. And also maths was always like a nightmare for me. I mean, I just could not do it, no matter how hard I tried, no matter how hard my teachers tried. I just couldn't do it. But in Prerna, I still remember we had an option wherein we could switch from one subject to another. So I
You can
chose,
drop.
yeah, so I chose painting. I gave up maths and I chose painting, and then with that again I continued. So it was difficult initially, after, even in but in college I did not face any difficulty. It was mostly in school, but then in Prerna, I've coped up with everything, pretty much everything.
Okay, so how painting? I mean, you are doing journalism. How can you relate whatever you learned in your school, like painting, if we say?
So
You,
painting,
hmm,
yeah, so painting now is more like a stress buster to me, to be very honest, because initially, even like how it was with maths, it was same with painting. Like I could not draw properly. But then
okay,
again, my teachers were a huge support. They've always, encouraged me to do better. So I still have the books which I, had and used to do my practice in school. I still have those books. And even now, when I'm sitting idle, if there's nothing special that I'm doing, if there's nothing important, I spend my time painting. Like most of the time, it's painting.
okay. So that is a stress buster for you.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Uh, so this reminds me one of our student, we at Prerna, could recognize that she has an interest in painting and encourage her and her family to take painting as a subject in grade 10. She scored 100 marks in painting in class 10 board exam.
That's so nice.
Yeah. Currently, she's pursuing fine arts from CN Vidyalaya. Vani, what do you feel about your school days after leaving Prerna and what challenges you faced during that time?
Well, I would say that my challenge was not leaving after Prerna. It was in the beginning when I joined Prerna, because that time I wasn't aware what my weaknesses are. I remember one incident from school days where I was taking part in Hindi extemporary competition. And the day I had to perform, I was completely nervous. And I think that was in seventh or eighth grade maybe. And I just went there. I mean, my teachers actually told me that you should take part, at least you should know ki kya hai, kaise hai. If you'll not perform, you'll not know what exactly your weaknesses are. And I thought maybe they are right. I should go. So I went. I was extremely nervous, like what Anuradha quoted. And I just went there, stood at the podium. I took my part. I thought about the topic. Extempore is exactly, for the viewers who don't know, extempore is something where you spontaneously talk on some topic that is given to you. So I thought about it. I wanted to say, it wasn't that the topic was completely alien to me. I knew every content of it. But then when I went to the podium, I could not say a word. I froze to still. I mean, I frozen like ice. My hands and legs were completely shaken. I didn't know what to say. Maybe that's because when you know that there are so many people watching you, and you know that they will be judging you and you will not be able to perform, they'll laugh at you. So these all things had built up so much that I could not perform. And because of all that, I bursted out crying, and then I couldn't handle myself. But then after I gathered myself, I had this courage to ask my teacher, with whom I was quite friendly, in Prerna. So I asked her, Ma'am, ऐसा क्यों हुआ? Like, why did I not perform? So she had very excellent and a very simple way of explaining me that, Vani, you focus more on the audience and not on yourself. And that one advice had changed everything for me. She gave me one classic example that, look at film actors when they perform. They perform in front of 100 people, the crew members and everybody, and they know that once their film is released, there are thousands and millions of people watching them, but still they do their job. So why are you worrying about the audience? Just focus on what you're doing and everything will be done. So being on a being a stage fright person, and conducting classes and taking up classes and being an associate in IIM is like a 180-degree shift. So I think that one piece of advice actually worked for me, and it has tamed and shaped my career like anything. So I guess that was one, challenge that I could identify. Prerna helped me identify, because they had pushed me to the limit where I could understand what my weakness is. And then I started working on it. So I thank Prerna for that.
And how it helps in your future? Like you have been in a college, you were
Yeah.
teaching,
So
you were in the institute. Yeah.
So, like today, if I'm told to teach 50 students, of course, I'll be shaking for a second, but then I know how to handle that stress, because I know I just have to work on my delivery, my content. And for the viewers who don't know, I was a visiting faculty for Government Science and Commerce College. Back in 2013, when I just completed my master's, I was just like 3 to 4 years elder to the students I was teaching. So that again was a challenge for me, as to how am I supposed to create an impact on students so that they constantly, get involved in studies and not any other thing.
Mhm.
So I had to shape myself that way, and I only could do is by, creating a role play for myself, that you are a teacher, you are a mediator, you are a mentor to them. So what does a mentor do? I started questioning myself, and suddenly I got all the answers, and I started working on it. And that's how, the challenges were just, taken easily.
Great.
Yeah.
Anuradha, you want to add something to it?
Yes. To the stage fear part, I do want to add something. So initially, even I had stage fear, but then it's still there. But like Vani said, it's there for a few seconds. Then after that, I'm absolutely fine. So in order to deal with this, what my teachers at Prerna used to do were, when we used to have assemblies, so they used to
Mhm.
encourage me to go and say the prayer, read out the news, read out a few articles. They used to tell me ki you find an article and then read it. So that, and when I came in college, so eventually when this happened, eventually I got a hang of it, and understood how to deal with this stress. So then in college, in our final year during my graduation, we have the elections for the core college union committee. So I stood up for the post of the general secretary. So
Okay.
even during that time, I had to pitch in front of the and the other college union committee members. I prepared the speech, my friends made me practice, everything was fine. But the moment I went there, I froze. I froze for a second. I just couldn't speak. But after that, I took a few seconds, I calmed myself down, and then I gave the speech and I won with a very good number of votes. And for that final year of my college, I was the general secretary.
Great. Any other way it helps you in your stage fearing and all? Right now you are in
Uh,
media and all, working with
Yeah,
media.
so yes, exactly. So this helps me in reporting right now, because even in college, in during my postgraduate diploma, we had to work on a few broadcast journalism features. So again, like forming questions, asking questions, and replying to those, because sometimes we had to be in front of camera, sometimes you were behind the camera. So it worked both ways. So yeah, that thing which I had acquired and that confidence which I had gained in school has is still helping me.
Right. What an exceptional journey you both had. And yeah, Vani and Anuradha, tell us about your future plan and how you plan to achieve them. So what are your plans, what you're going to do in future? And right now, you are in a sabbatical, Vani.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
what are your plan that what you're going to do after your baby is going to be like 1 year, 1.5 year or 2 years? So what are your future plans?
Well, I've been into academics for like 5 to 6 years, and this is what I
Right.
constantly feel that every development happens at a very tender age. Like Anuradha quoted that learning at a tender age is very important. So I think taming young minds and giving them the best of the education and knowledge is not just enough. We need them. We need to prepare them for good life skills, because tomorrow
Exactly.
they're gonna be better human beings for the society and the community that's gonna get built. So I think as a citizen, as a community person, I feel that we are responsible enough to deliver good people around. I mean, give them the best of the education and knowledge. And for
Mhm.
that, I have a very smart plan. I think I'll be starting a preschool where I
Okay.
would, get engaged with small kids and start working on them to make
Mhm.
them, prepare them for tomorrow's future. Because those people are next generation. If we start working today, they will be, flourishing and taking up ahead and making a better life tomorrow. So I think that's what my plan is. Since
Okay.
I'm a mother, I can feel that, because today, if I shape my baby's mind and development in a very proper way, I think he'll be turning out as a very, responsible, kind, wiser human being. And that's what I want to contribute to the society.
Wow. That sounds really interesting. And I'm sure you will be able to achieve all your dreams and aspiration.
Thank you,
Well,
ma'am.
yeah. So, yeah, Anuradha, what are your future plans and what are your goals?
So, ma'am, I've just completed my postgraduate diploma in media. I yet have to give my written exams. So,
Right.
I've done my specialization in broadcast journalism, and I plan to pursue my career in the same field. So, even during my specialization, I was doing my internship with a reputed newsroom here in Mumbai, but that got ended due to COVID. The cases in Mumbai were rising by then, and just a week after that, the nationwide lockdown was imposed. So during after even like after the lockdown, I got an opportunity for work from home for a digital newsroom here again, where I worked for a month. So
Mhm.
currently I am indulging myself in online classes, writing news pieces, recording and editing broadcast journalism features, clicking pictures, because photography is also something I'm equally passionate about as much as I am for journalism. So currently I'm doing that, and I'm just trying to figure out areas where, more which area I want to grow in. Will it be shooting videos, will it be editing, or will it be writing news? But whatever it will be journalism, that's for sure.
Okay, great. So, well, then all the best for your academic endeavors, which you're still supposed to be completed, and hope you
Thank
excel
you.
in your career. As a
Thank you,
teacher,
ma'am.
it is so fulfilling. Welcome, dear. As a teacher, it is so fulfilling to see students reaching the stars. Both of you are now stunning and confident young ladies with winds beneath your wings. and I'm happy that Prerna had played a crucial role in your life. All students are unique and are influenced by cultural, linguistic, intellectual, psychological, medical, and economical factors. These factors create a need for varied educational environment that provides for and accommodate each child's strength. Prerna recognize individual strength of student and offer subject to him or her according to their liking and strength. For example, student can drop any main subjects like math, science, social science, second language, and opt for painting, computer application, music, and home science. We had students who opted for music in lieu of mathematics, like Anuradha has dropped painting and took mathematics. But over
No.
here, the child has dropped maths and taken music, and in class 9th and 10th. And now he's pursuing graduation in performing art from Gujarat University and doing exceptionally well in his field because of his strength and his liking of that subject. Uh, it would be interesting to know, Anuradha and Vani, what you both think about the stereotypical thinking of the society about specific learning difficulties and what is your message to the society. I'll go with Anuradha first, right? Yes,
Okay.
Anuradha.
So the only message that I have to give to the people watching this our live session today is that please be more empathetic to someone when you come to know that they have a difficulty like this, or even anything related to mental health in general. Because what people tend to do is that they'll just sideline or outcast that person and make them feel more inferior कि अरे ये तो कुछ कर ही नहीं सकता, अरे तुम तो ऐसे दिखते ही नहीं हो तो तुम्हें ये कैसे हो गया. It has nothing to do with looks. Just as people say that you look extremely happy but you have a mental health issue, it's got nothing to do with the way you look, the way you feel, the way you walk, the way you talk, whatever it is. It is something that is there in it's just there, and you it is important that you recognize it and you motivate them. Because I have been fortunate enough that my family and my faculty, be it in Prerna or in DPS, have been extremely supportive and encouraging. Because I know for a fact that if I have not come across an institution like Prerna, I wouldn't have been able to overcome the difficulties which I had been facing. Because at every step, I had people to guide me. Like I said, even in Prerna and in mainstream, at every step, I had my teachers to guide me. And so that's why it's extremely important that you support such people and not just outcast them or sideline them ki nahi, you are not a part of us. Include them, encourage them. It's just that the only difference that is there is that people who have difficulty in learning, they need special attention, they need individual single special attention and a different way of learning things, different way of doing things. So that's all I like to say, is that please be more empathetic and more including. Don't just sideline people like that.
Okay, here are some Facebook sharing is there by Dinah ma'am. Anuradha, I always remember you as a chubby, bubbly girl. It's like today they are very happy to see you talking with such a confidence, extremely proud of you. And like you said that you had a painting and Avni ma'am has taught you. So Anuradha,
Yes.
I always remember you as a bubbly chulbul and with smiley face, proud of you. So yeah, we have a lots of comment with over here. Even your friends, Ninad is also saying it's good to see our batchmate. Uh, Fine. Now, Vani, yeah, your view on our stereotypical thinking about the society and learning disability difficulties. Yeah,
Yeah,
Vani.
so I think that stereotypical thinking is very bad because it's damaging the psyche of a student or a children at a very tender age. When you try and tell the child that you're different, you can't do this, you don't have the capability to do that, those negative words actually put a very bad impression on their mind. And if they have a little of the ability, that will die out if you start to constantly hammering them with negativity. So my appeal to all the viewers is that don't just hammer them with negativity, try and help them out. don't sideline your children. You as parents, you have a duty towards your children that if they are facing any issue, it's you who has to recognize and not the child, because the child will never be able to say what difficulty they have. It's us as parents who has to understand what problem they are going through. I would say my mother did the same thing for me when she understood this, because I could not comprehend what things are going on with me. It was she who understood that I'm going through some problem, and that's how my family accepted me the way I am today. So being parents, we have a we have a major responsibility of taking care of our children, because I'm a mother. I know what happens when you start hammering your children with negativity. Every child is unique, like what Anuradha quoted. Everyone is unique and they have their different capabilities. So don't just categorize them, because if you start doing that, you're pushing your children away from you. And if they
Exactly.
go, if they go away from you, they will never be able to come back and talk about their problems with you. So don't do that. Be their friends and try to be as kind and as compassionate as possible, because if you as parents start accepting your children, then nobody in the society has a strength to just push them away, or call them, or sideline them, or demean them. So you as parents have a major responsibility. Accept your child the way they are, because every child, every person in this world is unique.
Yeah.
that's
Vani,
that's the only
Anuradha, you want to
appeal.
add something more?
Yeah,
No
I
problem.
wanted to add
Yes. Uh,
something here. Yeah, because like Vani said, the support that a child gets from their parents is extremely important. So what
mhm.
happens is, usually when at times when parents come to know that their child is having a difficulty in learning, or there's something that is to be worked upon, they tend to get very emotional, and they're like, अरे हमारा बच्चा ही क्यों, ये क्यों, वो क्यों. So there's nothing wrong in it. It's just that your child needs more attention. They need undivided attention and proper a different way of learning. That is it. So
Exactly.
there's nothing
I
wrong in it,
agree.
because I know that I never thought about what other people or my peers or anyone else is thinking about me or whatever it is, because I had my teachers and my parents by my side.
Parents.
So when I never thought about anything else, and I kept working on myself, I kept working hard, and right now I can proudly say that my teachers and my parents and everyone else who's watching, my friends are here, my teachers are here, and they're extremely happy with whatever I've done, because they've seen me grow. And if I hadn't had their support, I wouldn't have been able to do even half of whatever I'm doing right now.
True, true.
And to add one more thing,
Yes.
parents at times becomes very ambitious that my child should do this
Yes,
and that.
yes,
Please don't pressurize your children with doing everything possible in the world. Not every child can have capability of doing
Capability.
every activity.
Right.
exactly.
They can choose the activities they want to do. Just don't pressurize them with anything, and please don't burden your children with studies, because studies are important, but they are part of life and not the entire thing in life. This is what I have learned from my own life, that when you are pushed to that limit, that life is only because of studies. No, it's not. You need to learn many other things. And I guess the only person who could make me realize this is my husband, because I can proudly say he's just a graduate and I was doing my doctoral when I met him. But he made me understand that studies is not everything in life. You need to grow beyond that. So please don't pressurize your children with studies only. Let them grow, because life skills are more important, and that's going to make them even more better person tomorrow. Studies will help, of course. It is the foundation for knowledge, but not for life. So make them expose them to everything and not just to one thing. That's the only appeal to all the viewers out there.
Great. Philomena ma'am is saying proud of you both.
Thank you, ma'am.
Alpana ma'am
Thank
is saying,
you.
yeah. Alpana ma'am is saying it's proud moment to see students who have overcome their fear and are so confident now. So true, Alpana ma'am. Yes. So it is so inspirational that both of you developed to be a strong-minded woman, and I hope you continue to tackle all your challenges with same enthusiasm.
Thank you,
It's
ma'am.
great. It has been such a lovely evening, but as all things must come to an end, I think it's time to end our session over here. Thank you, viewers, for your time and your participation. Vani and Anuradha, it was amazing talking both of you. Wishing
Thank
you
you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Wishing you both a very best to all your endeavors, your dreams, your aspiration, whatever you desire from all the Prerna family, DPS Bhopal. Thank you for sharing your valuable time. See you soon. Stay
Thank you,
blessed.
ma'am, for inviting us. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Welcome.
thank you so much.
Thank
It's
you
great.
for
It's
your
great to
yes.
share our experiences, and it's really nice to talk about it. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. At least I thank you personally.
Yeah. Thank you, Anuradha, joining from Bombay.
Thank you,
So
ma'am. Thank you so much.
stay blessed, stay safe. Yali ho.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.